Social media has profoundly impacted individuals in both positive and negative ways. On the positive side, it has enabled unprecedented connectivity, allowing people to stay in touch with loved ones, irrespective of geographical barriers. It has also created opportunities for self-expression, activism, and learning. However, the negative impacts of social media are equally significant. Many individuals suffer from the negative effects of excessive screen time, including reduced productivity, disrupted sleep patterns, and mental health issues like anxiety and depression. The constant comparison to idealized online personas can lead to low self-esteem and insecurity. Moreover, the spread of misinformation and the polarizing nature of social media can contribute to the fragmentation of society and echo chambers, where believers are exposed to ideas that does not necessarily align with the faith, hindering a strong relationship with God. Social media, including platforms like TikTok, can distract individuals from their spiritual or religious pursuits. There are several reasons behind this belief. Social media platforms are known for their addictive nature, and users can easily spend hours scrolling through content. This excessive screen time can take away from the time people might dedicate to prayer, worship, or other religious practices. Social media often emphasizes superficial aspects of life, such as appearance, material possessions, and popularity. This can lead to a focus on worldly matters, which may be seen as conflicting with the pursuit of spiritual growth. People frequently compare their lives to others on social media, which can lead to feelings of envy, inadequacy, and materialism. These negative emotions can hinder one's spiritual journey. Social media platforms often feature content that may not align with a person's religious values. Exposure to inappropriate or distracting content can pull individuals away from their spiritual path. While social media can provide a sense of connection, it can also lead to isolation as people spend more time online and less time engaging in meaningful face-to-face interactions, including those within the faith. Ultimately, the influence of social media on one's relationship with God or their spirituality depends on how it's used, and many individuals strive to strike a balance between their online presence and their faith. Indeed, for many individuals, finding a balance between social media and their faith is key. Many recognize that these platforms can be both a source of distraction and a means of fostering spiritual growth, depending on how they are used. Here are some ways in which social media can also support a person's spiritual journey. Gino Jennings have a presence on social media, providing opportunities for believers to connect, share, and strengthen their faith together. This can foster a sense of community, especially for those who might not have access to local gatherings. Social media can be a platform for sharing and spreading positive and uplifting religious messages, scriptures, and inspirational content. This can provide daily reminders and encouragement for individuals seeking to live out their faith. Social media can be a powerful tool for promoting and participating in acts of charity and social justice. Many religious individuals use these platforms to mobilize support for charitable causes and advocate for positive change in alignment with the truth. Social media can serve as an excellent source of religious education. Churches share their insights and teachings on various platforms, allowing individuals to get an understanding what they believe. Social media provides a means to reach a global audience with spiritual messages and teachings, enabling believers to connect with and inspire others worldwide.
Everything that's in the movies on television, everything that's on television is on internet, everything that's on internet is on your phone.
Yeah.
It depends upon what you watch that will damn you or save you, and what you hear that will damn you and save you. Even if you don't own no electronic device, depending upon what you look at out in the street will damn you and save you.
Right.
Depending upon what you listen to in the street will damn you and save you.
That's right. They that use this world.
The Bible is giving us doctrine how to use things in the world. They
That use this world.
that use this world.
As not abusing it.
That's doctrine.
Doctrine.
That's doctrine.
That's right.
Let's take a closer look at TikTok and examine the negative impact it can have on believers. TikTok is a popular social media app that allows users to create, watch, and share 15 to 60 seconds videos shot on mobile devices or webcams. The app is known for its addictive quality and high levels of engagement. Studies shows that TikTok users are the second most active group on social media, spending an average of 1.5 hours per day using the app. Many Christians around the world have signed up on this platform, and has experienced significant spiritual weakness. Many have even backslide, and turn away from God. The reason for this is because they spend too many time using these applications, so much that they don't even have time to pray or to fast. Fasting is very important, because if we don't fast we will get spiritually weak, and prayer is what pulls us closer to God. So, if we use these platforms, and make no time for our spiritual life, we will die a slow death spiritually. On TikTok, you not only search for contents to watch, but they are also recommended. So, what you'll find is that Christians are being exposed to a lot of negative content, and if we are not strong enough, we'll soon find ourselves searching for these content and watching them. Not before long, our desire for God will start to decrease, until we reach a point where godly things are no longer important to us, and that's the first stage of one backsliding. The devil will use these platforms to attack the minds of people who are striving to live for God. One Christian user of TikTok wrote a comment on the internet, stating that he don't recommend TikTok for Christians. He shares his experience to back his statement by saying that he was randomly scrolling through popular videos on the app, which led him to starting to watch videos of very beautiful women doing sexual things. This triggered him, and he relapsed back into masturbation. While some Christians may be stronger in his situation, we have to remember that we all have weaknesses, so the devil will bring to us that which he knows we are struggling with. So, why would you want to set up yourself to fall? Nothing is wrong in using the app, if we are using it with moderation, and with the understanding that it can be detrimental to us spiritually, if we use it the wrong way. We have to also examine how much time we spend on these apps, and compare it to how much time we spend talking to God, or doing the things that will help us to grow spiritually. If you realize that these platforms are competing with God, if you realize that they are hindering you from having a steady relationship with God, then you need to let it go, give it a break, and work on your relationship with God. The scripture says, "Lo, this only have I found, that God hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions." The scripture states clearly that men have sought out many inventions, and social media is one of them. Now, you can either use them for good or for bad. You can either let them use you, and control you, or you can control how you use them. You don't want to reach a point where you become addicted, until you are no longer giving God any attention. You don't want to reach a point where you can't go a day, an hour, or a minute without going on these platforms, in so much that it has replaced the one true God, who is Jesus Christ, and has now become a God in your life. Also, we have to learn how to use these platforms, so that the information we are receiving is lined up with Scripture. What I mean is that there's a lot of so-called pastors and Christian speakers on these platforms, who many times share their own understanding of Scripture. This can cause confusion in our beliefs, and now have us questioning things we were firm and settled on. Many are on their way to hell because of apps like TikTok. The reason for this is because they use it to create videos cursing God, and so-called comedy videos, mocking God and speaking blasphemy. They also use these platforms to gossip, and speak bad thing about other people, even making fun of persons with disabilities and serious health conditions. If we use social media to do any of these things, we are using it in a sinful way. We cannot use social media to engage in or promote immoral behaviors. If you are tempted to use social media to do anything immoral, then it's time to let it go. The scripture says, "Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent, for if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee, the teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men." Whenever we see that something is pulling us into the way of sin, we have to flee from it, in other words, run away from it. So if you say you're not going on these apps anymore, but you find yourself still being tempted to do so, take it a step further, and delete the apps. The scripture says, "And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell." We have to learn to pluck out, cut off, and cast from us the thing that so easily beset us. So, social media, when used incorrectly, can cause you to be exposed to temptations that may lead to sinful thoughts or to participate in sinful activities yourself. For example, if you are spending all your time on social media, you are, at best, wasting time you could be using to serve God, or at worst, feeding an addiction. As I said before, you might not be willingly searching for these contents, but because they are recommended on your homepage or news feed, you accidentally get exposed, and that may cause you to sin, and could hinder your growth as a follower of Christ. In essence, the impact of social media, including TikTok, on one's spiritual journey is determined by how it is used and the individual's intentions. While it can be a source of distraction, it can also be a valuable tool for fostering community, sharing positive messages, and promoting the practice of one's faith. Striking a balance, and using these platforms with mindfulness, is essential for individuals looking to harmonize their digital lives with their spiritual pursuits. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I do pray that we all continue in striving to please God. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.